everywhere just to make sure, because it might not have popped up in people's feeds at an appropriate time.
Oh, but do we have the?
We're live right now. I'm gonna send you the link right now.
Oh,
Boop boop. All right, now
We're
I'm gonna put it all the places.
we're live.
Yeah,
Hello.
we exactly. We are live right now. Happy Friday, everybody. Boop boop boop. You mean I just went over to the wiener thing, and it's all wiener coffee mugs. Grow the wiener, pump that wiener. You mean plump that wiener? Yep, it's exactly what you would hope for in there. Oh shit, that's funny. Anyway, so and technically, I've met my contractual obligation to make at least one wiener joke in the first minute.
in the first minute,
In the
indeed.
first minute, because I don't want to disappoint you ever. That would be so sad. That was so funny. Like I would, in a million years, I would not have expected that. That's what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's very good. What's up, Wiener Queen? What's up, Red
Now I'm
Scorpion?
wondering
Gotta grow that wiener. Good morning,
what.
TC.
Brand awareness, bro. That's
Yeah, but
important.
what happens to the wiener where you have when you have broken in the
A
house?
broken wiener.
A broken
Yeah,
You
wiener?
get a broken wiener?
What is
I actually met a
that?
guy. Okay, this is a gross story. I actually met a guy who broke his wiener. And I was like, how the frick does that happen? And the story, it was terrible enough that I'm not going to tell you. But it is apparently a thing that can happen. And yeah, so it's, have sympathy for those poor bastards who actually break their wiener. And really, like, what's more sad than breaking your wiener at a hot dog roast? I mean, that's just, then it's busted. It's so sad. You need like 2 buns. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Anyway, TC, who is that guy? We had the same question before we got on air. He's wearing a shirt. Apparently, he has shaved. Who even is this guy? We don't even know.
We don't
Yeah.
even know.
I'm a first week on the new job version of broken.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
doing the
Yeah.
thing, doing the
I
thing.
realized, well, like I got to show that I'm half normal. For
okay. So you went back to the Fiat mines.
yeah, I
The
went back to
Fiat
Fiat mines.
That's good.
Totally. Well, I went back working for a media news work, a newspaper slash website, blah blah blah, company, and I actually missed doing office job. Hate to say it, I've been sitting at home. Like I had lots of jobs as a freelance, but I've missed going to a little bit like 9 to 5 and just
Yeah.
you know do work, go home, and not to think about about anything. Um, but actually, that lets me manage my time better. So actually, when I am working in a real job, I tend to do more outside of my real job and like create and write and make art and stuff like that for some horrible reason. I,
Do you think
I
it might? Do you think it might just because you sort of get into a better, like a more consistent pattern?
yeah,
Like you're sort
yeah,
of
no,
you
100%.
get into some momentum personally, and then it sort of that's definitely something I've noticed. If I don't have any momentum, it's tough to do literally anything. But the
Yeah.
second I get into some significant momentum, then I'm doing like 50 times as much,
Yeah,
not 3 times as
yeah,
much. Like it's a lot.
yeah, 100%. Because you have supposedly less time, so it's valued more.
Maybe,
And
right?
yeah, I think that's a part of it. Um, you know, other than that, like many of us have been clicking like crazy on about a
Yes.
dozen of TV apps. Uh, I gotta say, last time I like jumped here half naked, I talked a little bit about clickers because like I don't want a Danish to really talk about it because he knows. And I've seen the. But by the way, his episode with you, I think everybody should watch that episode. It's
Yeah.
one of the good ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Very
think
good one.
it was a little bit depressing on some aspects because like why are we hearing that those amazing stuff that are not on our chain for that reason, for that sole
Yeah.
reason.
I really hear you there, and to some extent, I do agree with you. But I think that here, I have to say that after my complex relationship with the Wax blockchain, hate love relationship, I've learned to love it more than hate it.
Oh no,
And
100%, 100%.
and
That's
and,
what
and,
makes
and
it
you
sense.
know, but not only that, I I think that if you go to the Wax unofficial channels and the different chats that are there available, everybody's complaining about the Wax team, and the Wax team should have done this, should have done that, should whatever. But my question is, what are you doing? What are those who are complaining, what are they doing for the chain? Because if they were building, if they were doing this, that, and da da da, then I say, okay, maybe it's fair. But there's a lot of people complaining, and they aren't doing their best. They are not creating the best platform, or the best collection, or the best game, or the best whatever they can bring
Well,
to the
I
table.
get that, but I also think it's. I mean, a blockchain doesn't have to be 100% consist of creators and
No,
developers
I
and
agree.
artists. They're just like common people that came maybe to make a buck, maybe to I don't know what, have fun, maybe to learn. So as long as there's like complaining, which yeah, I'm seeing, I'm in the same chat spawn. Come on, I see them.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes it's like depressing, but at least it shows me that people care. People are still emotionally motivated to bitch about stuff. That's also a little bit important, I guess. And for me, it's very interesting for me to know what's happening in other blockchains because
Yes.
I'm seeing everybody's down. Everybody's like, and I don't know if other places even have the same sort of space we got in Wax, which is like you got a lot of like people whose NFTs are their hobby, and they're not tax savvy at all, at all, at all, and just have maybe small community based collections or stuff like that. And I'm like, what do other blockchains have those people? That's what I like. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I think for me, and I've seen, and this I think speaks to what you're saying. One, the I think no matter where you are, you're always going to have some people that are not doing anything and complaining.
Of
When
course. Of
when
course.
everything is on fire and working, that they just get drowned out, right? Or they get caught up in the hype. And right now, like the Wax stuff, we're building some hype. It's starting, but it's just the very start, right? Like this is a bump on a molehill of the kind of massive stuff that we want to see here, right? So it's just getting started, and I still think we're not in the bull market yet. Like from the sense of it, I think we're kind of basically moving sideways, and it's going to be like that for a little while. We'll see what happens. Who knows? But that's the kind of the vibe I get on Wax. Now, there's other places in crypto, Web3, or whatever that are experiencing some rapid growth, right? And we're sitting over here paying attention to that, right? Whether it's the meme token thing on Solana, or the gamification, and there's just the rampant capacity for onboarding that we're learning is possible on Ton and with Telegram type apps and stuff like that. So again, like we're figuring out how to even if it is going sideways, there are pockets that are experiencing rampant growth. And we're starting to learn and to collect some stuff around that. So yeah, honestly, like the people that aren't going to be doing anything or whatever, they're going to have their cute little opinions, and they're just going to be stuck in the vibe. Whereas, like, I love hanging out with you guys because you guys are not stuck in the vibe. You're like, okay, here's the vibe. That's cool. That's fine. How are we gonna get to the top of the next mountain? And that shit gets me up in the morning.
Well, but that's exactly what I mean. Why
Yeah.
why do you have to complain? I do complain a lot also. I have to admit
oh
that I
yeah, I love
complain.
bitching. I love bitching. Really.
But but yeah, I complain, but I also do. I also
Yeah.
want to change things, and so I do something that I think that will have an impact. It might not have the impact I expected or whatever, but at least I try. I do my best to be that change.
I think what's great about this space and Web3 blockchain, that all like we got certain tires of people who do stuff. Okay, yeah, like you made a market, so you're in the top tire. I'm just a guy who did JPEGs and maybe done a little bit more than that. Corey's done his. It's not, and we're all communicating. So sometimes for me it's hard to like. Did I did enough? I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
trying. You know,
but you are one of the guys. You went with I don't remember his name. The guy
drawn.
from
Withdrawn.
Drone Company. Yes,
Yeah, man.
you guys. You went to
To
the
comic.
Comic Con a couple of years ago. The first time you went, you were looking for sponsors. It was basically the barest of the bear market,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you guys told me, oh, can you sponsor this? And Nifty Blogs was not in a position to do it, so I gave you some money of my own pocket because you guys were doing something for the chain,
Yeah.
and I nobody else supported you on that. Wow, of course, 1 year after that,
One where
even
they
Wax
came
was willing
through.
to support you.
No, they came through. They did. You
Yeah,
know, I was sick as fuck, so Danish took my place, but they did
yeah,
everything. Like we stopped. You know, cheers for them. Totally.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and yet again, we really hoped, me and Ron, that that would start something on their side. Not okay. You gave us that chance. Thank you. We used it. I hope for the best. And I really hope that it would show the higher ranks that these stuff could work and they could do it in other places. I don't know. You know, it's a business. I'm not going to tell anybody how to run his business, but we
yeah.
tried.
I think that they're complaining. It's okay, and I'm pretty sure Wax is willing to help,
Yeah, they
but
are.
communication is not great, and I think that there's a lot of people asking for help to achieve the wrong goals. I think that people should understand what is Wax doing at this point in time, what are their objectives, what are their main goals, and then ask money or ask a grant, ask whatever, ask support to do something that is aligned with those objectives. If you keep on requesting grants to build something that made sense 3 years ago, you're
Yeah.
not going to get that grant.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could make a new hyperinflationary NFT mining game. Sorry.
And maybe that is not even the worst thing to do. I think
Honestly,
those were
no,
the greatest Wax times.
They definitely, yeah, it's that I have mixed feelings about it for sure. Yeah, if only we could. Well, and honestly, I personally believe, and I don't have a ton of evidence for this. This might be more of a feeling that feeling of kind of rampant self-reinforcing hype is entirely possible with what we're doing with launch bags, and how we're working with partners, and what we're planning to do to create that kind of onboarding experience or whatever, right? Like Juan and I talk about this all the time, and he's much better at reminding me of it than I am of him. But like all the people that are coming in and doing buying meme tokens or being partners or working with us to get fair launch tickets or whatever, right? We want to ramp that hype up as much as possible, because you guys all see what the energy that creates is really intense. But we also want everybody on the back end to have like the good feelings as much as possible, right? Now, for some people to win and some people to not necessarily win as much, right? That's going to create some more FOMO and not like the best feels, but that actually reinforces the hype, right? Like that's, anybody that's ever missed out on something, you might be a little bit more cued in to get it the next time or whatever, right? But yeah, we go back to that a lot, and Juan, I'm grateful that you bring us back there all the time. Can we before we go on to anything else? Can I just show you guys something real quick?
A winner?
Yep.
Oh,
Come on, what is that?
TC just sent me this.
yeah. It's a one in a
Come on,
bun.
TC.
It's a one in a bun.
One in a bun.
It's just too good. If this doesn't make you happy, just change your life.
Like a grown man screenshotted you and did this one. That's like he
Yes.
actually like took his time to do that. That's That's
Yeah.
the
Yes. Well said. A grown man took the time to screenshot you and add hot dogs to your face. Oh, that's so good. Okay.
Come on.
Now we got to take that. We got to take that into one of these new video creators and just make it start dancing and make it rain hot dogs. And then
Oh my
I'll.
God,
And then I'll.
that's the next. We're gonna get washed by that, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
I've started seeing some cringy shit, like babies running on fire and
Oh
weird
geez.
vegetables in the back. And oh God, now this. I'm gonna see a shitload of these.
It's just like the craziest, weirdest possible ideas all mashed together. Oh my
Great.
goodness.
In the future, yay!
Yay. Every strange little thought every weird person has ever had is just going to become visually real.
God.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Could be
Content
worse.
creator, an AI content creator, which is like some people do amazing stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I feel this is like so hipster. Like I'm an AI content creator. That's a bit weird for me, but maybe I'm too old school because some people really know their shit. So no.
There's stuff that's.
I'm shutting up. No, I'm not gonna.
No. Honestly, like, because I think this tension is only going to grow, right? Or I had like the I got gigs this weekend, and we're making hot dog songs now that are like genuinely good by going, make me a hot dog song, you fucking AI, and it just does it, and they're great, right? And so, but I think that the there's always going to be, and I think it'll be on us to cultivate and create the niche where like there's still going to be hyper intelligent monkeys that want to see live music. Not as many as I would hope, but there's more than one, right? And the same for the people that want like an OHAD original, NFT. That's a thing. That's a far more sort of I don't know. It's more meaningful to me anyway, right? Than just getting AI art, which I've done and I really enjoy it. I think some of it's really, really cool, right?
I enjoy it too. I think it's happening like faster than anything we've seen before.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. That's why I cannot predict shit, because maybe in like 2 weeks something's gonna change and I'll say okay, fuck Photoshop, I don't need it anymore. Really, we're at. I don't know.
How useful is it? How useful is it really? That really is, because I've seen with text, for example, I think it's very useful, but it's very useful if I create the base and I let the AI improve on it for engagement, to sound more English native and so on.
The best stuff I see is people that know, I wouldn't say design, know the production side of it. Rather if it's just, cropping, cutting, switching.
Yes.
Photoshop. Then you get to much higher results than just
and for example, I see Melania working on some art, and sometimes she uses AI for some parts of what she's doing, but it's not 100% AI.
Yeah.
When it's 100% AI, you immediately can tell, okay, this was AI generated.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
And sometimes it's good because there's also very good quality AI generated art that required maybe a very elaborate prompt.
And I mean, I love the Flip Tribe stuff. Biased, yes, I am.
Yeah.
But like that, it's sort of a purpose-built use, right?
But the good thing about all of that is that it's very limited in its application. For example, AI
and cohesive, kind of, right?
Yeah, but listen to this. Mm-hmm. AI is very good at creating some types of content and helping you with that, but they haven't been able, and they have been struggling for years to try to apply AI to robotics. So if you thought you were going to have a problem with your job because you're doing something manual, robotics, it's very, very far away.
Yeah.
How far do you think? Because I'm gonna take this bet. How far away do you think?
I don't know, but I would say at least a few years.
Okay, it's not going to be next month. But yeah, I think
of course it will be faster and faster. That I agree.
Right, but like 3 to 5 years, I think we're going to start to feel the impact of that. Just like and it was always my buddy Mears was this big plumbing company around here or whatever. He's like, oh, that AI thing's never going to come for, the highly dexterous or whatever. And I sent him the video. Okay, here's a hand that's holding a Rubik's Cube that doesn't know anything about Rubik's Cubes. It only has that hand. It figures out how to solve the Rubik's Cube without knowing anything about it, and only does it with one hand. And and here's the thing, like once you get into those dexterous things, pretty soon everybody's going to be wearing, like glasses at work that have a camera on them, right? That camera's going to be watching your hands. You're going to be able to train robots to do, something really, really similar to that very, very quickly. Yes. And they will only ever get better, right? Yeah, when you have 1,000 of them out there, it'll be done. It'll just be completely finished.
I 100% agree with that. But making a Rubik's Cube, it's extremely easy because you need 3 or 4 algorithms that you use depending on how many colors you already have and how many rows you already have. Yeah. Ask your AI to go and disassemble my fridge.
Well, and this is the thing,
assemble it again. Figure out what's wrong with my fridge, fix it, and assemble it again. That's what is very challenging for an AI.
It's challenging, but I think we're much closer to that than people assume. Just because I think like with the capacity now to do like visual analysis, like we're already doing stuff like that for code and like just taking a snapshot and having a look at it or whatever. They're aggressively working on all these world models now. And if you just followed somebody like a plumber for a year and they were taking snapshots every 10 seconds, you'd be able to train a model to understand how all of that stuff worked, I think, really, really quickly. And there's so much vested interest in that, right? If you solve for that, like how much, is that going to be worth? Like kind of trillions of dollars, right?
Yeah,
so like
that I fully agree.
Yeah. But I mean, it's definitely not this year. Like they're starting to do right. I think we're sort of approaching the knee of that curve right now. But just with some of the robotic stuff that I've been seeing, it's actually going a little bit faster than I thought it would. But yeah, it's going to take a while to sort of get to the point where there's that holy fucking shit moment. And then it's going to take probably another 5 years to scale into the market. But it like once that starts, like it's irreversible. And like Adrian was saying, like we just got to get to UBI as quickly as humanly possible. And then it'll be fine. And everybody can just come and play with fucking meme tokens. What's that?
When that happens, we're going to be too old to care. So I don't care.
Dude, I'm gonna be 55 by the time AI has completely transformed the world. I'm still gonna care. Now, granted, I'm probably not gonna be doing anything differently because it's just so much fun. But
I'm saying if a robot comes fixes your like stuck toilet, you're gonna be
Oh yeah, no, but my brother's gonna be out of a job.
Yeah, no, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, I think he'd have more fun doing something else anyway, but we'll see.
So, did you guys see the pug clicker game?
No.
No, you haven't seen the pug's clicker game.
Go on. Oh yeah, didn't somebody? I think I might have seen something on Twitter. Isn't that like
that's the one
thing?
From Marcos?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it, and I think it's a first good approach. But what I don't see is where is the story behind it? What's the goal? What do you do? What makes it different from the other clickers? Why should I play it?
I actually just saw that Crystalia shared it.
Yeah.
And then I followed them and saw that there's no. It's live. Okay, it's live.
Yeah, it's live. There's a version of it out. And I don't know.
Very like thrilled that somebody started doing something, And let's see, they got a TG. Talking about improvements. No, I don't see a backstory right now, but let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see how it goes. I hope it evolves in the right way for them. And that that clicker serves their purpose. I think it's good.
No, yeah. First, I was really happy that somebody, and actually somebody that actually did stuff before, so we know he can handle and create stuff. So that's going to be interesting.
I'll tell you, like we've been having long conversations about this stuff, and just the system itself, I think is really interesting. That's sort of been what I've been obsessed with. But it really will be the sort of longer term story and our ability to map it into things that like launch bags that's really going on, or some of the fancy tools and things that are going on NFT blocks. Like that's, I think we're in a really interesting position to be able to make that genre something pretty incredible, and I think even maximize the benefit that we can get. So just in the conversation we're having, like the number of, we talk about like normies as muggles, or I do anyway, I'm a bit of an asshole, but like that, those people that like don't have any crypto wallet, like the number of things that we can now sort of lead them into doing. It's like gamified education or whatever, right? But like slowly little kind of things to get more points and fucking blah blah blah, right? All that stuff you're going to be able to do. Honestly, the vast majority of stuff that we all think of as NFTs, muggles are going to be able to do without a Wax wallet, right? And so like this could be a step that only comes like pretty far down the road.
It's interesting that you say that. I had a conversation I think yesterday with Matt with Wrong Company. We were talking about stuff. Mark, we talk a lot, and he told me that he's starting doing content that might be not related to NFTs. Just related to the brand and the stuff he normally does, just because it's fun and because his community likes it. And at first I was like, wait, what are you, like, you're stopping doing NFTs? Like, no. And then I got like, it's even better because he's expanding, and content is king when it comes down to it. So it doesn't, and I think we're all talking about like, in real life businesses should use NFTs, blah blah blah, but they're still got a main focus as in real life business. So it only makes sense that a brand that might have started with NFTs would be a brand, just for extra stuff. What we think about normal people would think about NFTs as the extra stuff. We think about the real applications as extra stuff sometimes, and it's a bit weird. I don't know. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just, it's different. But yeah, he's doing such funny stuff. You're gonna see it, I'm guessing, like pretty soon. And I don't know if you guys saw. I started making like, it looks like a PFP, but it's not a PFP. It's like new characters. I'm redrawing the entire cast of the Broken Dollz.
Okay.
With, the character itself, the Broken Dollz, and the Evil Cabbage Man, and two Doll Twins. And like, my first instinct was just, okay, I'm gonna mint it, and I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, I stopped. I was like, maybe I'll put them on T-shirts before I'll mint them, and try a different approach, and maybe like give out the NFTs to whoever buys the T-shirt.
Yes, I think that's a much better approach nowadays. Hey, buy the physical good and get an NFT, not the other way around.
You know what? I'll even throw in a code for a wallet inside the label or inside the receipt, whatever. It's it's worth it.
Like a gift code for a Wax wallet, you mean?
Yeah, we got a gift code for a Wax wallet.
I like it.
And a claim link for the NFT that like, you get an envelope, you need to open it, scan it, nobody sees it on, and
you could even send out an invite to a very scarce clicker that only lets a few people in at a time.
That could be very interesting also. Something else that I've seen on Wax this week, and I know, Juan, it's not on Nifty Blocks, but NFT Hive made an airdrop option, which is very cool.
Yeah, I saw it. I think it's kind of useless, to be honest.
Which one?
Sorry to say it that way, but it's good. It's good.
Claim some tokens, and I saw that I could make one.
I have to say one good thing. It's the first time that Ben adds a feature to NFT Hive without copying it from anybody else. That is good. It's his first initiative without being a copycat. So
hey, wait a minute, didn't they? I think Ben was the first one to have mining power for all of our Upliftium NFTs right on the platform. This is a long time ago. Yeah, he had all of the mining power current like down to exactly where the rates were, because our pools are dynamic depending on how it, right?
Okay,
so like
okay.
that, to his credit, I think that was around like, that's fucking the Wayback Machine though. That's going way back. Shout out to Ben, fucking love you, and
I don't.
All right,
I won't hide it.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't hate him, but I don't like him.
Okay, all right. I mean, you don't have to love everybody.
No,
that's true. So hey, Tuttle, mobile Aloha video is pretty darn impressive. Do you guys know what that is? I have no idea what that is.
Mobile Aloha video, it's pretty darn. I haven't seen that.
All right.
Oh, I've seen the one. Right. What's it called?
Tuttle, you want to fire it to me on Telegram? I am lacking context. So while we've been sitting here, just because you guys made me think about it, I went over the Minter and made this little cute ass fucking puppy. What's up? It's funny too. Like I might actually do the reroll on it. I'm very easily amused.
Oh man, ever since I got ChatGPT 4 and started paying for it, you can't go back. You can't use anything else.
I don't know. True. Well, I mean, I think there's gonna be, because we've tried some open source models, and they're getting really, really good. Like Jeff, definitely at the sort of GPT-3 level. Some of them are at GPT-4 level. But yeah, I think they're gonna constantly lag behind how much superpower you have, running that one. And I mean, they're talking GPT-5 is going to be.
In my opinion, is completely the other way around.
Okay, how so?
GPT, it's amazing, but it's too general. If you find a specific model and it's well trained, it can be open source, not open source, but it's a good model, very specific, very targeted, and at something that will be way better at that task, not a general.
Can you give me an example?
Just imagine a model that is trained to trade, for example, to trade Bitcoin, and specifically to trade Bitcoin. If you have a model that is specifically created and trained to trade Bitcoin and Bitcoin only, it will be superior to what ChatGPT can give you, because ChatGPT is general and it's not built specifically for that purpose.
Have you seen a lot of those out there though? Like, I know those are definitely going to start existing, but I haven't really.
Sorry, they are not going to start existing.
So if they do, that's what I'm asking.
All the investment firms already, the largest one, I already
I meant like open source.
Relying on.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the ones.
I know. Open source, I don't know. Open source, I don't know.
Okay. I totally agree. Though they've been creating learning models for probably a decade so far. To some extent or
absolutely.
And that training data is they own all of it. So why wouldn't you train models on all that stuff?
And models that are specific for that.
For each training vector too. I totally agree. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the case. And I think I think the technology for creating those those models is only getting better, right? So like as people start to learn how to create open source models based on their own particular data sets, I think we'll probably see a lot more of that, which will be fun. All right, so Broken, what are you releasing next?
Well, as I said, I actually got a set of art pretty much ready, but I don't think I'll do it the same way. I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna do it locally at first, but I am gonna open this sort of like e-commerce thing that you can purchase. I'll start with t-shirts. Every purchase will get it's funny that the people who will purchase it on the website, it will be easier for me to send them an NFT much more than the people who get it in real life. So I really want to try that for the next couple of months, and it would sit good with like that I have a daytime job and I can like organize this stuff more together. And follow my Twitter, because I started sharing lots of the new art.
I think I already do.
And no, I think you guys
find it.
The Evil Cabbage, which was a story I used to tell my kid before bedtime.
Evil Cabbage?
The Evil Cabbage. Like, I was a talking cabbage, and then she asked me, "Daddy, is he evil?" And I was like, yeah, he's evil. And it was during COVID, so it was easy to make stuff look evil during COVID.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There we go.
But honestly, now I'm sort of, I'm still here. I'll probably do. I always do ad hooks. I always like dump a couple of NFTs and create stuff. But I'm really, floating right now, looking at the rest of the space, seeing what's going on. You guys are building the media is nice, you know. By the way, broke the token allows me to stay in the loophole
Yeah.
without jumping in front of a wagon too much.
Yep.
Because no, I'm just not in that mode. When I'm in the mode to create, I'll do 5 drops a day and go on every space. And now I feel a little bit burned out, and I really want to see what's gonna like how stuff are gonna evolve in the next year or two.
Yeah, it
Um,
makes sense, man. I think sometimes it makes tons of sense just to kind of sit back and rest a little bit. Every time that's happened to me, I come back and end up doing something bigger than I thought even remotely possible. But while I'm taking that break, I'm like, nothing big is ever going to happen again. Poor Juan had to listen to me fucking whine for the better part of a year. Thank you for being a very supportive friend in
and
that whole
today
time, by the way.
I finally sold the last Robotech NFT that I owned.
Oh
That
wow!
me too.
What
Fully
is that
back in
Robotech NFT? I don't even know what is that.
Remember, it was
Oh my
one of
god, that was way back. I
was
might still have some of those.
like in the time of Street Fighter. They did a
Yeah,
Robotech. The '80s show, the cartoon Robotech. So
yeah,
the
yeah,
animals
yeah.
are smoking hot, like animations and stuff. And that's for me. It's like, '80s. It's the
Yeah.
stuff. I think we talk about it. That the first thing we saw on Wax was Atari, and we were like, man,
Yes.
this is so cool. So I got that. When I saw Robotech, I was like, oh my god, I grew up on that, and bought a shitload of them, and they had the old wax blends on their website that sucked, with the
Yeah.
drop down that you need to do. And I bladed some like rare ones with enemy, and back then they were worth. One of them was like $1,000, and I sold it for 600 wax today.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, and it was like Jesus, somebody bought a Robotech. That's yeah, yeah, good for you, buddy.
I imagine it's only a matter of time before like a lot of the NFTs that came out last cycle are like historical artifacts, right?
I wish, really,
I mean,
even
maybe.
free about some of the so-called rug pulls, and they just did a money grab. I wish those stuff would be worth money, just
Yeah,
for the sake of it. I'm not gonna see anything from that money. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
indeed. All right, so one thing I wanted to do today was just do a quick wax on edge tour just to see how all the crazy stuff is doing. I actually haven't had time to look at charts in days, so that'll be a little selfish run for me just to see
Yeah.
where everybody's at.
Yeah, you'll get depressed.
Well,
No, because all the market is down. So
so I was talking about like wax on edge stuff, which never depresses me because even if they're
well,
down, it just
it's
means I want to buy them.
in the end it's the same. I think
I
if
guess.
if the market is down, the market is down.
I was looking at hold on here, let me grab it. I was looking at this. This is for the longer term timeline, and like from sort of peak to the peak here. This is like another almost like year past where this is, right? So hitting like peak to peak. This is a very compressed kind of thing. So again, this is my hope is that we might be here, right? And then things will kind of take time after the halving, which is what happens every time, right? It takes time to consolidate that. It's not going to moon up 5 seconds after the halving, but yeah. So I don't know. Who knows, right? It could go either way. The whole
the
world's
world
different.
is in a very tense time.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's got to do with lots of stuff.
Right. Well, it depends too. Like, I almost want to like with how much sort of inflation hangover, like it's getting better, but it's still people are feeling the crunch of that a lot, right? I think the idea that investors might want to reasonably get into Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation is not insane. So yeah, we'll see. I don't fucking know. I think it might go sideways for a while. That's kind of the sort of kind of full vibe. I mean, we remember what like full bull market feels like. You guys know this isn't it. It's just not. It's not it yet. When it is, we'll
No,
all
it's
know.
not it yet, but also remember that every bull market is different.
A little bit, but I think that feeling is always the same. You know what I mean? Like, I now granted, I've only been through like 2 full bull markets, so like, that's a data set of fucking not very much, right?
Yeah.
But I remember the almost like it gets to a hysteria kind of thing, like that sort of ecstatic bull market vibe. We're not there. And that definitely was there both times. And really, it's on the Wall Street cheat sheet, right? Like, I think anytime you get into like a massive hype cycle or supply crunch cycle, which can kind of end up being the same thing, and it like doesn't matter if it's a GameStop thing or Bitcoin or the whole crypto market, right? I think we as collective bunches of monkeys end up going through the same shit over and over and over again. So that's sort of like just kind of like a vibe gauge, which is as unscientific as you could possibly get. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pull an audible here.
More wieners?
Is it more wieners? Please
Stop with the
give
wieners.
me the wiener. I need the wiener. Excuse me. Wow. All right.
Yeah, I saw there talks about the movie Sausage Party doing a sequel, Sausage Party 2.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
If they weren't, we would probably have to suggest that the Wiener Queen just makes one with AI art, which honestly maybe she should do anyway. That would be really fucking funny. All right, so yeah, let's check this out. This goes back to what we were talking about with AI, but might give us a little bit of a feel for where things are at right now.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And Tuttle, if you're still watching, you think this is probably relatively sped up, right? I think they're probably doing image analysis per each one. But again, like if it can do it conceptually, it can speed up 10 times in the next year.
Yeah,
Right? Like
imagine.
But the question for me here is that AI or is
Yes.
that only a robot with a predefined algorithm?
Yeah, no,
If you can do that with a predefined
You
algorithm
can.
and maybe have some image recognition there to do some stuff and that's it. But is it really AI?
I would be willing to put a small bet on the fact that this is doing image analysis run through AI models to figure out what to do next. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I would
don't
be
know
betting.
either.
I bet you Tuttle knows.
Imagine what happens to YouTube when the gens get these.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna do. Yeah.
Indeed. That freaking zipper thing is legit. What? Oh, that was real time.
Yeah, nice.
Anyways, so yeah, that's hardcore. Okay, thank you for taking that little detour with me.
Yeah, interesting.
That's crazy
Like
shit,
popular science show. I like it.
right? We do all the things. We're obsessed with many of the things for reals. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna take a run through Wax on Edge here and take a look at things real quick, just
Let's
for the
go.
fuck of it. Let's go. All right. This is the usual suspects. Wombat's up there, Brawl's up there, Keck's in the top 10. They've been doing some good volume with 50,000 ways to blend your rocks. Shipple's in the top 20. Wiener is at the top 20, number 13 right now. That's pretty good. Nefty strong as usual. Deal's up there. I don't know how long it's going to stay up there. Their volume is coming down
That
a little
is
bit past the thing, but it's totally good. And who knows what they're going to do with it, right? Like I haven't been keeping up with that, so I'm sure they're going to plan something for sure. I think AI God's down in the 30s or the top 20, not
21.
the 21 right now.
How many
And again,
broken-
like I'm not super surprised by that. I think once people actually see the game and the game loop starts, that's gonna go bananas. So as far as I'm concerned, that's on sale right now. Chad, Chad was announcing something. I don't know what they're gonna do,
Yeah.
but it looked like they were gonna be doing some stuff. This AIMR, I actually talked to somebody that has contact with the team and asked if we could chat with them to see kind of what they're doing. And they didn't get back to me. So if anybody does know them, by all means have them come on board. I'd love to kind of explore all that stuff. So yeah, all right, booyah, what's up?
Yeah.
Nice.
And Friday meme day. Except I guess to say we should probably mention, Anon is the next token that we're going to be dropping.
Yes.
We're finalizing all the details of that. Today if we can, by Monday if we can't, because they've already started to line up some partner projects that are really excited to do some stuff with them, and I'm excited to get to work on that too. We're planning some interesting tweaks to what we're doing that I won't get into until we've sort of really hammered it down. But I mean, learned a lot the first time, learned a lot the second time. We're gonna do our best to incorporate some feedback. There was one thing we wanted to ask on the show. Do you remember what that was?
Yes. We wanted to know what was people's preference, if having an entity and and a cooldown, or having tickets for the fair launch.
So I think it might be two different questions actually. So I think we were
Or
sort of
wasn't that the question?
It kind of was, but I think part of it was, do we want to have, for however many tickets or entities you have, do you want to make sure that your fair launch ticket is going to be good no matter what, or do we want to set up that kind of scarcity, like everyone freaking out during the show?
That kind of scarcity.
No. I mean, remember that you were talking about, like, do we do the first episode or the second episode? Is kind of what the question was. I thought. Good morning, Ken. What's up?
Yeah. So basically, it is. I know what you mean. Removing the NFTs from the equation. Do you want
one entity that's it's yeah. It's a good question. I don't know. I felt as an outsider that the NFT tickets blending, blah blah blah, was cool because it was very engaging. People played along. So I don't know, had more attraction. Yo, Bozak, what up? And the entity was more of broken. Yeah, whenever I look for the Broken Dollz collection on Atomic Hub, so it always shows Ken, because he's like bro Ken Bozak, broken. Yeah, that's weird. So the entity sitting in the wallet, and that you had a time frame to claim it. I don't know. It wasn't as fun as collecting NFTs and blend them, but maybe I'm biased because I really like NFTs.
Yeah, it's very difficult because for me, what I really loved about the first one with the entity was that there were several rounds, and in the last round you didn't know if you were going to get an NFT. I didn't even try to get it.
I'll tell you now. I can say it. Apparently, my PC clock was like faster in 3 minutes, so I got all of them because, like, when you guys, and it's weird because I'm not at it wasn't defined internet time, so I think I got them like a minute before everyone else, and that's how I was able to. I think I claimed like 3 times or 2 times. I'm talking about the AI God.
Yeah,
the initial one.
So, and then I thought about, I forgot to tell you because I think that maybe if somebody tampers with his clock, he can fuck it up.
But that was a very well known trick during the last cycle. Go back with your to your computer settings and get the clock back so that the drop opens earlier for you, and you claim and you wait to sign the transaction until the moment the
Oh.
drop really opens. So if you
Thank
do that, you have better chances of getting a low mint. But yeah,
I didn't know that.
yes.
This gives everybody the tricks away. Yeah, TC saying it's too much Cupid tipple and just have the buy button. So I definitely don't want to do that. The amount of attention that we managed to build, doing things with partner projects, having them have the ability to, use NFTs or something like it to do promotions for themselves. I don't want to drop that. Now, I definitely think we should make it simpler. And some of the feedback we got, like there was maybe too many NFTs. I like the idea of having like a certain amount that's smaller, frankly.
Yeah. You know what I really like in that regard is having only one type of NFTs. The blend is fun, but it's very confusing for people.
And it's unnecessary.
For
I
everybody,
totally agree.
yes.
Yeah, we could keep it a lot simpler.
Yeah, partner ticket, just like a partner ticket.
Right.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
I was talking to bullshittables too. Like, some people were a little bit confused by the secondary. And I get it. He loved the secondary. And he said, like, as long as if we had the date certain when this thing was going to be happening, so that nobody could sell it after, like right on the NFT. I think we should have that date decided, number one, and number two, like on the freaking image. Like if you're buying this afterwards, like it fucking says right on there, like the drop is on the 6th or 7th or whatever, and then has the link on there or whatever, right? That way, like if you have one, you don't really want to use it or whatever. The other thing too, like it's not a 10x. But the people and Adrian was actually one of them, and that I love this man. He was like, "Oh, I bought it for 30 wax and I only sold it for 70 wax. I'm sorry, you doubled your money, you fucking jackass."
Yes.
Right? But we're so used to like, oh my god, I want to do this 10x or whatever, right? But there's different ways that we can do this in a way that different kinds of investors or players or whatever can maximize it. And there's always that level of speculation and uncertainty or whatever. But as long as we're totally upfront with the communication, and at least people have every possibility not to fuck it up, right? Not to be buying at the wrong time or whatever, which some people try to take advantage of, which really sucks, right? At least we can give them the information to not do that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Way more importantly, this is not Brokey Dollz. I know that guy has a big beard. This is some pasta. I think he wants to rug you.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
That's funny.
Volume lately, the collection that people laughed about, it's actually doing pretty good.
What's that?
Rare Rug Apes.
Apes.
Oh, I'm not surprised. There's some stuff going on there.
And the new stuff that he's been doing, they're pretty. It's evolving really, really nice.
Cool.
I keep going back to the freaking hot dog gifs that he's made from the memes. Are so good. They're just so good. The one with like all the hot dogs hitting the girl in that gif, and he's got it hitting his little monkey thing instead. It's just bravo. It's just really good. Am I easily amused? Yes, I am very easily amused. It's very true. Yeah, best collection on Web 4, Sarah.
Web 4.
Yeah, it's Web 4 for sure. It's very, very, very advanced. Yeah. All right, so that's good. So I guess the thing is, do we make it so that it's like we do the rounds, and there's like I don't know, like the only way to really do that and create the hype around it is to have more tickets than spots, right? Unless I'm wrong about that, because I very much could be.
Yeah, we could try that. In the end, we're trying.
I don't know that I like it.
Stuff, so we
right? Like we want to, yeah. Like
something to think about that maybe, if even after the initial drop, if some NFTs are left out there, maybe they can be blended for a small part of tokens, like a couple of just.
I think if you miss it, you miss it. Like that's especially if the communication's good.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you're right. I don't know, because I'm saying some people don't understand that quite, and if they got one or two, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but I think there's something that I thought in a very different way when we started all of this. For example, with the tickets, getting to have 20 tickets, for example, 25 tickets. When I started the idea of tickets, it was okay, I'm going to have as many as I can, but then I will only use the ones I can afford to use. But I was thinking every
Yeah, it'd be
entry
like
will be worth $100,
$100. Yeah,
$500. But if it's
not
worth 5
$10.
wax,
Yeah, yeah.
then I will use all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Part of me feels like the simplest way to do it is to just have less tickets, create more hype kind of on the distribution end, so that there's scarcity, and the projects that we partner with can understand that scarcity. They're not going to get 1,000 tickets. They're not going to get 300 tickets. They're going to get like 50. And maybe we just have it set up so that it's kind of open-ended again. But maybe, okay, Juan, what do you think about this? Like, what if we had shit, like, part of me wants to do the time thing. I just don't really understand or see how to make it work right now in a simple way that we could decide in this call, right? Maybe we could think about it a little bit longer,
difficult because
but
we
not
need
too
to do
long.
the math for everything that we do. It's without
Right.
the math, it's
part of me was thinking, like,
speculation.
what if instead of just the token in the fair launch, you get a token and a pack, and we sort of figure out some cool shit to put in the pack that might be interesting, so that there's like at least like a little bit of a degen pack opening moment for that. But again, like, I don't know if that's really capturing the kind of excitement that we want to do. And really, at the end of the day, like, we've got some other stuff in the works for liquidity, and like there's really good probability this one will still be bigger, maybe just not for the excitement thing on that one particular element.
It will, but we already know that the mechanics for the fair launch and IDO are going to change. We know for sure that will be different.
Okay.
100%, no questions asked. When Launchback's mini app is there, how you get to your fair launch quota, how you get to everything will be different.
Okay.
As easy as that. So I don't know if it's really worth experimenting with 10,000 different ways of doing it, if where we are going to do the fair launches and everything will be in the mini app.
Yeah, no, so I mean, let's just do what works.
It's much better having a UI and
yes,
yeah, 100%.
Make people do.
A single place where you can be aware of all the activities, what's going on, what do you have to do, where.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be better.
It will even let you and the users and the project decide how they want to do it. Because let's say I'm a user and I go on Launchbags, and there are like 5 tokens that I can participate in an airdrop. And one of them is very social network connected. Like, I have to tweet and shit, and that's my thing. I tweet, then it's good for me. But if it's like something different, I might choose, okay, this is not my territory. I'll put, and it would fit the project itself, because maybe some project want to do it. So it's gonna be interesting. Those like challenges or missions, whatever you wanna call them.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely gonna get.
Logan is wearing a shirt. Yeah, I told you
for sure.
I told you that after the last time I came here shirtless.
All right, well,
many people.
And he's all pro now.
Yeah. What up?
That's awesome. So I mean, everybody grows their wiener in their own particular way.
Oh yes.
So yeah, no, I think
it's
there might
personal. Be what you do with your wiener. It's very personal, right?
Yes.
Like wieners and pickled eggs.
Oh my goodness! There you go. Yep. Yeah, no, I think we've got. I think even what I'd like to do personally, we can sort of make a decision afterwards. But I think the simpler we can make it based on what's already kind of worked, I think would get my vote. And I mean, if we could figure out a way to go back to some way to make it sort of exciting in the moment, great. If not, the IDO is going to be exciting enough for me. But maybe we'll be able to figure something out in the very, very short term. What's that?
Next week, Wax Anon is dropping.
No, it's
No,
not next
not
week.
next
It'll
week.
it'll be and again the date's going to get finalized here this weekend, but it'll be a couple days after July 4th. Just because
Okay.
Juan will be back, and we don't want to get too close to July 4th, just because it's going to be a fucking madhouse, and people aren't going to necessarily be paying attention.
But we can do it on July the 5th.
I would like a day back to be grinding on the marketing before doing that.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking anyway. I mean, that just sort of helps. Like now, and then like the first day, everybody's kind of back in the office. Oh, hey, by the way, bang, 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 right? Like I think we can. I think it'll be worth it to give it another 24 hours.
Yeah.
Just from a communication standpoint.
Okay.
Cool beans.
I won't complain.
Okay, fair enough. And yeah, I mean, like I think getting to it's going to be really interesting once we get to the self-serve stuff and can really start deploying the tools there. I think the cadence probably increases. The time between bigger drops, I think, is probably going to start going down once that's out there. We shall see.
Yeah.
Indeed. Had a great conversation with somebody this morning who wants to drop with us. I don't know if I told you about it, Juan.
Yeah, you told me. That's good.
Yeah.
It's
always fun. It's always fun. Yeah, so I think next couple steps too for like AI God, the game is getting tested right now on that. I think that's going to be released in the short term. And Juan, don't let me forget about something Wiener, the Wiener Queen wants me to ask you. I think it's simple, but I'll figure it out.
I think you already asked me in a chat, but I don't know.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it after. So also I want to keep in touch with Waxdao about getting a staking thing for the rewards account figured out for Wiener, because I think frankly I have Wiener and I want a stake. That just like selfishly like let me put that shit to work, kids.
Get your wiener to work.
We got to put your wiener to work.
Yes.
It's another t-shirt right there. Oh my god. And I think we'll figure out a way to start doing some pools for both AI God and Wiener at scale in the near future as well. It's been a bit of a challenge, but again, like things are holding up pretty well right now. I think once that comes out, it's just going to be really, really good. So you can wait and buy when everybody's buying, or you can buy now. It's entirely up to you. Gotta work the wiener. Gotta work the wiener. Oh, sigh. And cheers. Good morning, Bozak. What's up, man? Okay, so let's call it. I gotta go eat some breakfast. I forgot to do that, and I got like gigs tonight and all sorts of crazy shit. Juan, is there any words of wisdom that you could give to all of us about how we can, organize our minds and brains and hearts to build awesome things and live awesome lives? No pressure.
Oh, man. No pressure.
No, bro.
I think it's in you.
You want me like
in you.
you think it's in me? You want me to become better than Prozac and any other of those?
Do I want you to be better than drugs?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Let's go there. I said demanding. Yes, it is. But be better. I mean, like, wisdom is not necessarily the same quality as Prozac, but who knows? I'm not the expert. Like, by all means.
If you're talking about wisdom, that's not my department.
It is. You actually started giving us some wisdom earlier on today.
Oh, really?
Yep. You can sit around and you can complain, or you can build the world you want to build. It's a different vibe. True. It's a different feeling.
True, absolutely.
And I think it that actually will make you a happier person, in my humble experience.
100%. Yes.
If you're out there trying to learn, trying to figure out what's going to work, trying to build it, and you're grinding your face off. I mean, I can tell you just from personal experience, I'm happier in those times than when things just look bleak. And that's what I'm focused on, right? Yeah. What you focus on is real.
The only thing that I can tell you is that I'm someone who can tell you how not to do something. That I can give you advice a lot.
But I think embedded in that is the affirmative, right? That means you've tried a lot of things.
Yes.
And it's the freaking Thomas Edison light bulb of it all,
And some of those have worked.
All right.
Most haven't, but
fail fast. A couple things that have come up actually, because I don't know if any of you guys know this. Every once in a while, I can be too aggressive. and poor Juan has to deal with that a lot behind the scenes. But he said something to me yesterday. It was phrased a little bit differently, but this has been something that has come up for me so many times. Go slow or move slow to go fast, which I think is actually a Marines or like some training thing that I heard somewhere, where basically like if you can train it, create muscle memory out of it, or go slow, then you're going to go fast because you're not going to fuck up as much. I think that's something that has come up for me a bunch. You reminded me of it. I really, really like that. The other one is fail fast and fail often. Right? Like that in this space, the more you're iterating, the more you're succeeding. The more you're, kind of planning in advance can be good, but it can also really slow you down, right? Which is why you get to MVP as quickly as humanly possible, and you build from there, right? You get as much of that core idea as you can, in that system, and then just make a system that, if you go in a direction that isn't quite working, you can reverse it and iterate away from that, right? But get to that point where you're making ground.
And that's okay. Iterating fast and whatever, it's very good, but you have to plan. You cannot skipping the plan part. You need a plan.
Yeah,
your plan will change for
right.
sure. Your plan will change 10,000 times, but you need at least a plan.
Yeah,
you need like a blueprint that you're going to follow.
Don't say roadmap. Don't say roadmap.
Don't say roadmap. Yeah, that's why I said
even
blueprint.
Really having a good, and this is we've been working behind the scenes on some stuff, on this a bunch, and really it comes down to what are your main goals, right? And that's sort of been fueling. That's where we're going, right? If you don't have an actual end goal, if you don't know what port you're going to, no wind is good wind.
Exactly, and that was going to be exactly my point. You can fail. That's valid, but failing, it's only good if you're learning from your failure. If you're incorporating that learning into your next steps. If you're only failing and failing again and failing again and not learning, you're a moron.
Right.
You have to learn from your failures so that they are worth something.
Amen. Yeah, don't do the same wrong thing or different wrong things over and over again without learning from it.
Without learning, for
sure. There you go. See, it's fucking wisdom. What's up? Happy Friday. You gotta really go slow to grow your wiener.
To grow your wiener.
Something. Macro plan, micro speed gravy. Yeah, that I like that too. I like that too. Yeah, and I think getting to that point where a lot of almost all of our decisions end up getting kind of funneled through that. Our near-term goal is 10 million TVL for the Launchbags projects, and 10,000 people watch this show, right? And knowing those two factors, let's come back from that. So anything that you're doing or building or trying to do, if you know exactly what the goal is, it really does transform the kinds of things that you're gonna do and focus on, and it becomes a bit of a superpower if you're doing it consistently.
Yeah, but you have to ask yourself the question: how is this action having an impact on my goal? Mm-hmm. Every time you do something, you have to think about that. How is this helping me achieve my goal? Otherwise, just better go to the kitchen, open a beer, and play with your wiener. Well, if you're a winner in the bone, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep. You just got to go grab a beer and play with your wiener. Oh, my goodness. Whoo-wee. There's going to be AR from that one for sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending the week with us. Next week is going to be freaking awesome. Tons of new stuff coming in the space. Tons of stuff we're building behind the scenes. Anon is going to be awesome. That team is anonymous. You could, have fun with that however you want to have fun with it. But I've got I got a good vibe from what they're planning.
Yeah. Maybe I'm saying too much here, but I'm allowing this to go anonymous through Launchbags because I know the team who's building that and I really trust them. Yeah. I wouldn't allow someone just to come and say, let's do something anonymous.
Agreed. No, that. Especially important. people are going to be able to self-serve stuff anonymous all they want, right?
Yes.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the kinds of stuff, the fact that we're actually working on this hands-on with these people, it's
Yes.
because we know what they can do and we know what they have done.
Yes.
So yeah, that like we've got a level of confidence with it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be working with them, right? Like,
Exactly.
for me, it's a very, very high bar. They wanted to do this anonymously, and again, look at the name of the token is anon, so it's kind of hilarious and makes sense or whatever.
It makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's a good note for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
Groovy.
There you go. It's prepping the way for future anon projects. I mean, I think there's going to be a place for it, right? And people need to really decide if that's something that they want to, take part in or not. It's going to have like a ratings ding on the rating system, right? Like if you're anonymous, that's a point you don't get. But there's a lot of other points that you can get and cultivate that can show that that you're going to be doing your best to make a really good project. So it'll be fun to see it kind of evolve. All right, guys, I got to go to the fridge and grab it.
Yeah.
All right, here.
To be continued. You all have a great weekend.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do the thing.
Bye.